Hi, what I thought I'd talk about today is some left hand technique or fretting hand technique stuff. Now when we talk about exercises and things to do with the left hand, the fretting hand, invariably we find ourselves talking about fingers, finger strengthening exercises, finger stretching exercises and so on. But here, rather than talking about the fingers so much, I was thinking I want to talk about the thumb and how you hold your thumb, what you do with it, and how that can have an impact on how you play. Now I think there's two sort of general ways that people will address the neck. You tend to get people who are naturally thumb over the top of the neck players and other people who are naturally thumb behind. Certain things you play, it's just natural, it makes more sense to have your thumb over the top of the neck or to have it behind the neck. And you will adjust to suit, but generally people seem to fall into two camps. They're either the hand falls naturally to the thumb over or the hand falls naturally to the thumb behind. What I thought I'd talk about here is giving some consideration to where you place your thumb when you're playing, because it can have an impact on what you do. Okay, so let's think about when you're playing sort of scalar type stuff and arpeggios and things where there's a lot of movement of your hand this way around the neck. You could play that with your thumb over the top, but it's not really going to be so comfortable, and the way that it'll make your hand move, it will kind of restrict your movement a little bit. Stuff like that, it makes much more sense, it's much more comfortable to have your thumb behind the neck, sort of like running along the neck like that. But there are going to be times when you want your thumb over the top of the neck. Good example of that's going to be for things like string bending. If you're bending a string, it's good to support the finger that's doing the bend. So if I'm bending here at the 7th fret with my ring finger, I'll have my index and middle finger behind it supporting the bend. Okay, so here I'm playing the 3rd string at the 7th fret with my ring finger supported by the index and middle finger behind it, but the thumb's over the top of the neck, and as I play the bend, roll my thumb slightly, almost like it's a pivot, and it helps to move the rest of the hand. It's a very natural movement and it supports the bend. Yeah. Another rather crazy use of the thumb, which I have seen done, is bringing the thumb around and actually using it on the fingerboard. So if you want to do a really big stretch, say from the 5th fret here on the top E to the 12th, you can't do that with fingers alone, but I have seen a guitarist who will actually bring his thumb around and use it as an extra fretting finger to be able to play that sort of interval. Personally, it just feels really weird. It's kind of a party trick, and I've never really been inclined to put in the effort to learn how to get good with doing that. If I need big stretches, there's other ways I find I can play it without going to the bother of learning that. But it is something I've seen done. Okay, so those are things about playing, lead lines, melody lines. But your thumb can also play a useful part in chord playing as well. If you think about playing, say a D chord like that, A chord, whatever, quite a comfortable way of playing a chord, yet your thumb is naturally, it's over the top of the neck, and it's plenty capable of playing notes on the bottom E or the A string. One of my favourite chord shapes is this one. It's a dominant 9, that's a D9. And what I'm doing here is I'm fretting everything at the 5th fret, apart from the 4th string, which is fretted at the 4th. Now that would be a bit awkward to play with fingers alone, but what I can do is I can bar everything, the top 3 strings with my ring finger, fret the 4th string at the 4th fret with my index finger, and then for the 5th fret bottom E and A string, 5th and 6th string, bring my thumb over the top of the neck. Play all 6 notes of the chord. Okay, so here's that D dominant 9. Everything at the 5th fret apart from the D string, which is played at the 4th. And as well as using your thumb for fretting notes, you can use it to mute notes as well. So if you're playing a chord shape where you don't want the bottom strings to ring out, you can reach your thumb over and just touch the strings ever so slightly, deaden them. Well, Okay, so just a quick look there at, thinking about how you can use your thumb and what part that has in your left hand technique. So bear that in mind when you're playing and when you're practicing. Can you use your thumb to help you get that awkward chord shape, or are you having, if you're having trouble playing particular runs or something, think about, well, how are you holding your hand on the neck? If you move your thumb a bit behind, would it improve the position of your hand and make it easier for you to play? Okay, so bear that in mind when you're playing and practicing. See how you get on. Okay, that's it. Hope you found that useful, and I'll see you in another video sometime soon.